First off, this week I did a whole bunch of research for the game. We talked several times about what we're doing. I've got the cards ready for us to make cards with, and that's about it. So upcoming this week, I've got to... Oh, and I got conversations. So what I'll start doing is putting conversations to cards, refining the symbol system, thanks, and I don't know what else yet. So,
last week I did a lot of research on other games that I've done that have similar mechanics. I didn't really get cards done, but today I plan on, after playtesting, I spent a lot of time. I know it's not much, but I spent a lot of time thinking about how a layout would go, like a UI layout for the card game.
that'll be big for us too.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time thinking about that, and today I hope to accomplish basically like how we want the game to feel and flow. Kind of get just like a picture of how we want the game to look and how we want it to flow and how we want the cards to play out and come back. What's stopping me is that I haven't done anything with JavaScript. So.
That's okay, we weren't supposed to.
Okay, I just worked on getting some HTML5 done, working on the canvas, and I got some things running on the screen. So, and also, I didn't exactly know what audition means and what it feels like. So I sent out a mail. I don't know if it was helpful to all you guys, but there are some research going on with computer games helping people with autism. So, and I just played some games that are already existing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This week, what are you thinking of doing?
This week?
Yeah, upcoming week.
Based on whatever we decide over here, like
Start working on that stuff.
I would like actually when I was learning HTML5, as I told you, like I was thinking what I'll do this week, and I didn't have a concrete idea of the game, so I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So like maybe if we get something done today, a concrete idea, so we'll split up tasks and then I get something done.
Okay, cool.
I've been thinking about the symbol system this weekend, and I come up with this. I will talk about it with you guys later. And
Yeah, I love it.
and I've also thinking about the program side, the framework and stuff.
Okay.
I think we three of us should decide that
Yes,
by the end of this day.
I think so too.
Yeah. And this week, I think we should at least get a clear idea about what the framework of our program would be, and what each of us would do.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to mention like we were just trying to find out like what would be a good way to make a game, and like Jason had sent out a mail regarding an ID for JavaScript. You also had sent out a mail, right?
What?
Did you send out a mail regarding an ID which we can use for games, a game engine? It was not you? Jason had definitely sent one. And also Nikhil and Sagar had found out a game SDK called melon.js. So like maybe we could use some of that.
Oh, we need
You
to talk
mean
about that.
these actual libraries?
Yeah, like
Okay.
we don't actually need to write a lot of the coding like if we are using those libraries. So I don't know if we can use that for our game, because our game is should be a card game, so we don't have any physics or anything.
But we may want some of that stuff for how to move cards and stuff like that. Okay, so one thing we have to do that they asked us is what are our personal goals for this project? So what are we trying to accomplish or learn or whatever you want to do, and then as a team, what's our main goal for I guess the game? Is that what you said? Is that what you got? Okay. So my proposed goal for the game is I would say we kind of already have our goal, right? That's that card we drew up. This one, right? To help autistic adults converse correctly in multiple lifelike scenarios. that's kind of what we want, but team-wise, I guess our other goals is not
maybe
necessarily to create the whole game, right? We want to break it down and maybe just use the symbol system and create a video game version of this, right?
Can we just add like one of our goals could be we were learning about all this in the projects class, so maybe we could add like creating a proper prototype before doing the actual coding.
Proper prototype. That's
Yeah, like I think one of the mistakes we made earlier was like we just started coding and then as and when we code, like something would be happening which would change the code. So
and another one, playtest.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever playtested anything. I think I've played them, but I didn't play test to see if I liked them.
maybe after we play test today, like if we finalize something, we could call up others and ask them to play it.
Is it weird that I think I'd actually like to be more of an artist programmer this time around? Like,
good.
I'd like to work on animations and the drawings on each card, that kind of
I
thing.
think there's a lot of scope for
So,
it.
yeah.
Okay, so that'll be your goal then, right?
Okay, yeah.
Work on more artistry and UI type elements, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to focus on?
I would like to focus on the technical elements and simplify canvas and maybe try to do this project in the way it's meant to be done.
Okay. Like what do you
Not
mean?
just random, like there should be some sort of purpose and we do this, we do that. Play testing.
Okay, so
I
you want
just
to
wanted
do
to-
canvas techniques and proper
And
prototype.
follow process.
Okay, process. Next.
Yeah, my goal is to create our game exactly as we talked about, and yes, use and learn the HTML techniques. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you expound on the code exactly as we talked about? What do you mean?
Mean accomplish all the features or
Finish
all the
all
systems.
Okay, what's mine? For me, I think I want to focus a lot more on the actual gameplay of the game. Instead of just pitching this overall idea of a game, I really want to have something to play with the customer. So before it's always like, just get it out, let's play it, blah, 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 whatever, you know, and then I present it as this great, amazing game. But I think this time I'd rather present it as, hey, look what we have, and then these are the possibilities of expansion. But like have something like meaty to really show. And I think we can, I really think we can this time. So for me, it's more focus on mechanics of the game and having a very polished game. Does that make sense?
I'm just trying to make a video blog of what we are doing, so.
You're getting double covered.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I think I should choose another team.
actually this idea came last week when Roger was saying that you would be doing this. So I was telling them like even if you don't get selected, we might as well have a video blog. So the moment you start capturing, I will stop this.
Okay, so we got that all done, right? Okay, so today, let's talk about what we're going to do today. And then I think what we should do, I want to propose doing 2 stand-up meetings. One right when we get here and one right before we leave in this class. I like what do you think? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think we'll be able to focus on getting a lot more done during this period, right?
Yeah, I think the meeting when we leave, like that would be like what each person would do
Yeah.
before the
Between
next
now and
meeting.
the next meeting.
Yeah, that would
I like that a lot. And then we can see what we accomplished, right? And stay on track better.
I like it.
What about Scrum? We're supposed to follow it.
I like the stand-up meeting part of Scrum.
I do too.
So we are standing up. Why don't we do it right now? So.
Well, we've done our stand-up meeting, and this is kind of an extended stand-up. But
I think Scrum might work this time because we have a definite vision of what we want to do, and it's not like, so
if we want to do Scrum, I think what I'll do is we'll start it next time. Does anyone want to actually be in charge of documenting it besides me? You're welcome to if you want to try it. That's a no.
I'm not good at documenting
Okay.
stuff. Other than maybe this.
You don't have to. I'm just offering. It's a skill worth having. So if you want to try it this time, you're welcome to. If not, it's my job.
Maybe we could have a scrum master each time. Should we
what?
try a scrum master each time?
Yeah.
So
That's what I was thinking. Is does someone want to be the scrum master? I mean, we're all gonna help, but it's just kind of the tracking of it and stuff.
I'd be willing to try it, I guess.
Okay. I'll show you everything I have and I'll help you.
Okay.
And I can help run meetings and stuff too.
This will be not
It'll be out of your element, but
less
it'll be more
programming.
knowing.
Yeah. This particular round will be less programming and more. So, okay.
All right. So, do you need us now?
I could start now, so that way I'm not pulling you out the middle of what you're doing.
Let's do that. Let's do our interviews, and whoever's not interviewing, start making cards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Do you want to share your system real quick before we start just making cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we?
Go ahead.
So we were talking about 10 symbols
Yes.
on Thursday, right? So we are doing 10 symbols. For cards with 4 symbols, there were 210 cards.
10 possible combinations.
Yeah, and 120 for 3, 45 for 2, and 10 for 1. Okay. So it will be a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards.
Yeah. So I think for
And that's assuming that there are no repeats, right?
Yeah.
And then we can have repeats. That's okay. I mean, the card will say something different, but the symbology could still be a
No,
square.
I'm not
triangle,
even talking
right?
about repeats. I'm talking about square, triangle, like as symbols.
Oh.
And so if you
right.
and if you double
That
match,
explodes,
Yeah.
right? But that's okay.
or something, or having an opposite symbol that would. Like,
So I guess that's the thing, though. Would a card actually need 2 squares on it? I guess we want to open up combinations.
yeah, well, I mean, if it's a really particular, like say, video games might have a single square on it, but a discussion about your WoW character might have 3 squares on it, right? Like it's a very focused part of that topic.
So then you would need a card. So how would you answer a question about that? Like, what would the corresponding card look like?
You would have to have a card that's very specific about video games. Maybe not exactly about WoW, but like, it reminds me of a Final Fantasy XI character I played. 2 squares or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But how do
So like,
the
no, what would the card have, like symbol like? So
You would have like 3 squares and something else.
would I have to have a 3-square card to match with a 3-square card?
No, I think as long as you have one symbol matching, it'd be fine.
Okay.
You just get more points if more symbols match, and then you have the same symbol because I'm just saying it's just a really strong topic, right? Or let's say these are my exact political opinions. It's a very strong circle topic, right? So you have 3 circles on that. And then, say the opposite of that is the triangle, which is, well, I believe the complete opposite thing, And so, boom, backfire. Should have gone with 1 circle because it doesn't backfire as hard,
Right.
for instance,
then that would be really complicated.
Well, finish what you were saying. Let's go back to this. Okay. Just so
We don't have to have every one of these combinations either.
I know.
Right.
But how do you design it?
Well, keep going. Finish this.
Okay.
I want to hear everything before we go on.
So what I think is maybe we could start with 6 symbols.
Okay.
It may be easier for us to design. That's what I'm talking about. So it will be totally this much.
Okay.
Be 40 something. This is 20, 15, and 6. 41 cards. That will be totally. So we can make 2 of. But like you talk about, we can have the same symbol. So that will be. I don't know how much, but we can start at 6 maybe. Not possibly 10, because 10 will be too complicated.
Okay.
Okay.
So the thing is that we could make the game though so it's expandable, right? So all that the computer's really looking for is matching symbols, right? So who cares what the card has on it? The card knows that because it keeps its own data. But when the computer takes 2 cards, it just is scanning to see
just match them.
what's matching, right?
Sure.
Whether or not it has more or less.
You said you had conversation topics already?
I do have some. I forwarded it to you.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll
my
print
email
it.
so rigorously.
Good, keep checking. It came today, like at 8 o'clock.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I got it today, finally.
Okay.
By the way, Zach, another point, like the prototype which we are going to make, are we going to fake it or are we going to make a game?
We're making a game. So we're going to make this game, and we're actually thinking of just, instead of putting... okay, so how do I explain this? Before we put actual conversations together, because that is maybe technically above what we do here.
We'll just
Because that's really
concentrate on
big, right?
getting this.
We're thinking of just putting the symbol game together, and actually you could play just symbols.
Okay, and maybe we could even have a method by which, like, we'll just provide them, there are these cards, and we can ask the autism people to enter in whatever they want. We'll have an interface for that.
Well, they'll get their cards, and then they can place whatever card they want where.
No, I mean, like,
Sorry.
we are not, we are just designing a card game which is concentrating on matching the symbols, right?
Right.
And on the card something would be written.
Yes.
That we can leave it up to the autism department, what they want to write on it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we're thinking of, instead of applying actual conversations to the cards for now, just create the games with symbols, because that's what we're using for the mechanic of it. And then we can, if we have time, we'll go back and actually add those in and make conversations. But with the 4 weeks, that just might not be possible,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But as long as we have the core game down and we can play it, and it's even fun just symbol-wise, then I think that'll let us know that, yes, it's proven, it's tested, we like the game, now we're going to add conversations to it. And what will happen is the symbols will disappear, and it will just be conversations.
Yeah.
So answers, responses.
I mean, like, it would be really cool, like, so if we make a game which can be like, okay, it is a symbol game, but we make some sort of a mechanic by which anyone can put in, like, the conversation.
Yeah.
So it may not be just limited to autism, it can be applied anywhere else too.
Yeah. You could change it for totally different other subjects.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
mental patients or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think it could be applied a lot of ways. One thing we are doing, though, is your deck of cards you can modify and craft yourself. So that way you can apply, like, so you don't like basketball but you love soccer,
Yeah.
you can put more soccer cards and take all the basketball ones out, right? Or put in the ones I like that say I love cheese puffs and different things like that, right? So that way you can modify your deck, and then when you're playing, you're actually playing things you really care about. So I think that's cool. So you have a modified deck, but then, like, the interviewers always the same deck, or like the therapist could switch it out and modify the deck for that person with the right kinds of conversations, and then she can play. And what will happen is she'll play. The interviewer won't be anybody, right? That's kind of playing against everybody. And she can play her cards with the patient, but they're playing against an arbitrary, invisible interviewer, right? So, I don't know. It's kind of a cool idea. So it takes the fire off of the therapist, so that the patient's not really just talking to her or him. I'm using her because we are talking with several female therapists. So that way they both play the game and they're like playing side by side co-op, but against an arbitrary invisible interviewer, right? Or a date, or the family reunion deck, right? So
What are we doing, by the way? We're doing a date. Is that correct? Or is that
which one do we haven't decided which one we want.
I think date would be best.
Yeah.
Date? Okay. I'm okay with that.
Cool.
I think interviewer sounds easy, just because it's interviewer questions. But date sounds more fun,
Yeah.
right?
And more applicable to everyone.
Yeah.
Also, what are points called? I'm just calling them points on the cards right now.
I don't know the answer.
Just call them points for now.
Points for now. If you come up with a good name, like we thought we're doing those coin system, but that would only work really well for the physical game, right? That's a great way to keep track in the physical world. But for the video game, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So points work for now, but for some reason points don't sound motivating enough.
No.
Right? They don't, but I don't
And
know.
Mojo sounds too weird.
And Mojo sounds, yeah, it's just a little Mojo points, wow. And coolness points, I like the idea, but at the same time, like, it's just there's a word that we need to find.
Suave.
I like that.
Swag.
Swag,
I like
yeah.
swag actually.
That's kind of a mix between the mojo and
Yeah, kind of like
coolness, right?
halfway.
I think it's going to turn into a pirate game or something.
Pirate game. Voting points. Oh, that's still the wrong direction.
Yeah, no.
Okay, let's do, wow, I got off topic fast. Okay, we can call it swag for now. I'm okay with that. I think people might go for that pretty well. That's relatable, right? So let's grab a table, I'll bring all the decks of cards, grab a pencil or a pen, whatever. Let's start making cards.
I'm trying to make environment cards. Actually, is what I'm focusing on.
Do it.
Just because that's kind of my brainchild, and that nobody else seems to like. Yeah.
Because there's some broken mechanics on the environment that I just can't get my brain past. So we need to really work through those.
Okay.
So you build those.
Here's what I got so far.
Your favorite TV show? I love it. Dirty Shirt. Date goes WC.
What WC is internet slang for going to the bathroom.
Oh really? Yeah. I've never heard that.
Water closet. It's English.
A water closet. It's like West Coast. Okay. Love it. So yeah, get like 10 to 15 cards of those if you can while we're working, and then we'll work on just conversation cards.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then maybe emotion cards too, because I really like the compliment cards.
Yeah.
The idea of compliment cards, I think's like spot on.
All right, but I'm trying to focus exclusively on environment cards. So
Because that way, because we only need one deck of environment.
right.
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 Grab pencils. Let's meet over there.
Let's